Obsidian Steel is a resource that is used to enchant your equipment. These enchantments that you can get are some of the most important technology upgrades that you can get for your castle and can be the difference between winning and losing a battle. Hey guys, this is Heretic, and this is a spending guide part 3, getting your obsidian. In this guide, I will go through the ways you can get Obsidian Steel for free and which packs are the best values available. As always, give the video a like now while you have a chance, and subscribe if you haven't already, and even more importantly, recommend the video to your friends and people in your alliance and your realm. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Count up the loot, call up the troops. We coming through. Let's start by going over how the enchantment system actually works and, what are your choices. So if you go over to your forge and you go to enhance, this is where all of the magic happens with your Obsidian Steel. So on any piece of equipment that you have here, click enhance, and within here you can see Obsidian Steel 25 to do a new enchantment, which could possibly overwrite the one that I already have here. So if you click the I here on special stats, it'll tell you what your possibilities for this piece are. So if you look through here, you'd have one of these random items would appear when you go to Fortify. So you could do reduce damage taken from archers. Mage defense, not that great. Infantry defense, it's okay. Golem defense, not good at all. Reduces damage taken from cav. I could see that being useful later in the game. Recruitment speed. No, you may have multiple pieces of gear. A lot of players do, especially when you get later on in the game. So you may have, gear that you use for your recruitment, where you kind of go, gear for that. So you may do that here. You may want that enchantment for that. Reduce damage taken by angels, pretty great. Reduce damage taken by infantry, not at all. Reduce damage taken by mages, amazing. Especially earlier in the game, probably you'd want to focus on reducing the damage taken from mages. Later in the game, you'll want to reduce damage taken from angels, because angels are, of course, the best troop type. And you'll see more of them later in the game. Angel defense, pretty good too. Cav defense, not really. All right, but each piece has different items, different stats that could appear. So you see damage taken reduced when attacking. Excellent to have, really good to have. You have angel HP in here, cav HP. You have those would probably be the ones I would focus on. I'd want to get here. You can only get one, right, on a given piece, and you'll see what I have here. I have angel attack on this one. Let's see what I could have picked from. Damage increase against infantry. I'd probably want that even more than that archer attack. Let's see what else in here is pretty good. Damage increased against angels is pretty great. Angel attack is pretty good. I'd rather have that really than my archer attack at this point. All right, and so each time you use, so if I went to enhance here and I click this recast, what's going to happen is it's going to give me another choice. It's going to say change it from, let's go back to this one. Let's say if I try it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use 25 here, so just so you can kind of see how it would work. The archer attack 9.5, pretty good. And I've already raised it 8, and I'll show you how that works in a second. But if I recast here, if I accept this, then my I would get stamina recovery 7.6 and it would replace the archer attack. I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to take it. If I wanted to take it, I would have to click save there and then it would replace. I'm not going to do that. So the other option you have, so once you get one that you like, let's say you get this reduces damage taken from mages and you go to enhance. So I don't want to replace this, but I want to make it better. And so that's when you would go into Fortify. And this is where a lot of your Obsidian Steel will come in handy, because the 25, it is going to cost you a ton of Obsidian Steel to actually get the stats that you want, the enchantments that you want on your pieces. It probably took me 1,000 or more Obsidian Steel to get where I am, just as far as getting the right enchantments on each of the pieces, the enchantments that I wanted, that were halfway decent at least, right? So here, to fortify this, so I'm already at level 8 and of 30, right? So you can imagine how much, because each time you increase, you fortify it, and then you increase this enchantment value, it's going to cost you more Obsidian Steel. So I think it starts off at like 40, and then it goes to 50, and then to 65, and then 90, etc. It goes up and up and up each time. So to go up one more level, it would cost me 130. And that's the lowest one I have. So at 10, if I wanted to fortify to 11, it would take 180 Obsidian Steel. So you can see Obsidian Steel becomes really important. And these stats, these enchantments, this technology is the most important. So almost, to qualify that, I would say damage stats overall are going to be your best. So you see these that are, so either way. So reduced damage taken from mages, that is so important, especially you're trying to protect your front line. And so most people are going with mages. That's going to do, a ton of damage to your front line. Your front line needs to last long enough and protect your back line long enough for your back line to kill their front line and the rest of them, right? So it's super important that you have damage mitigation. Damage taken reduced when attacking. You're going to do a ton of attacking in this game. You need to kind of focus on that. You're mitigating damage while you are on the offense. Damage increased when attacking. So then it's the other side. So when I'm attacking, I'm not only taking less damage, I'm doing more damage because of my enchants. Reduces damage taken from mages. Again, another one. It's so important because at this stage of where I am, no one is above Castle 35. So, most people don't have a ton of angels, and most people are mages. So a lot of their damage is coming from mages, so I want to reduce that as much as I possibly can. Makes sense, right? Later on, I want to swap out some of the reduced damage enchantments and replace those with reduced angel damage as any place that I can. Again, damage increased when attacking is my last one here. So I have 2 of those. That gives me 30.8% damage increased when I'm attacking. And damage is a lot more important and valuable than attack. So like if I had to choose between 30 archer attack and 30 archer damage, the damage is going to be way more important than the attack. Okay, so that's how it actually works. So now we're going to talk about where you can actually get Obsidian Steel. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about a few different places you can actually get Obsidian Steel for free, or for almost free at least. One of them is in Infinite Wars. If you don't know where Infinite Wars are, they're right here, this big tower. Click that, go to Infinite Wars. go to Courage Coins, and you'll go to the Exchange Store. In the Exchange Store, scroll down. You'll see that you can get 20 Obsidian Steel per week. This is the best place to get your free Obsidian Steel. The other place, you can get 3 per day, so that's 21 a week. You know, I'm amazing at math here. But if you go to your daily quest and you go to the 3rd, you get 1, and on the 5th level, the last level, you get another 2. So that's where you get your 3 per day. That's pretty good. You also get them as rewards in different places. In one, for example, and I don't have it here, but Farplane Invasion, you can get on the 4th tier rewards, and this is where I say almost free, but if you're already, you know, taking it pretty far in Farplane and you're on a good team, you can get 60 per event there. And there's other places where you get these exchange stores where they have Obsidian Steel. I do highly recommend that you take advantage of it because Obsidian Steel is extremely important. I would say after your artifacts, your Obsidian Steel is way up there with your your Zodiacs and all of that as far as getting you the technology that you need to be successful. So we've talked about, you know, a few of the places you can actually get it for free, and you need to do that, right? Because you're going to see Obsidian Steel is not super cheap. We're going to go over here to the regular store, and this is where if you go over to the equipment, you'll see that you have the Obsidian Steel pack. You know, it comes with a few resources, but we're not going to count that when we're doing these calculations. On the regular price here, you get 25 for $4.99. That's actually 5 Obsidian Steel per dollar. On the second tier, you get 44 for $9.99, so that's 4.4 per dollar. So you can see it kind of goes down there. On the third tier, you get 70 for $19.99. That's 3.5 per dollar. On the fourth tier, you get 90 for $30. That is 3 per dollar. You can tell it's going down pretty drastically. On the fifth tier, you get 130 for $49.99. That's 2.6 per dollar. On the sixth and the seventh tier, you get 210 for $99.99. That's 2.1 per dollar. As usual, I do not recommend purchasing from the regular shop. I can say that first tier here on equipment again, let me go over there. The first tier here for $4.99 for 25 is not terrible, but you're going to see we're going to do better than that. So if we go over to the dailies here on limited, on Wednesday, and when I say the Wednesday sale, it starts at the Wednesday server time reset. So on that reward, you get 40 for $4.99. That's 8 per dollar. That's the best. That is kind of the very best that you can get from, and I'm going over the normal sale rewards that would happen every week. I'm not going to go over, there's a million different event type or holiday type sales, and in those they have like a bundle pack. And sometimes you'll have Obsidian Steel in there, but you'll have a lot of other things that are good to have as well. I'm not going to include that in here because they happen so randomly and they change all the time. I'm just not going to. On the sale for your Wednesday server time reset, you can get 40 for $4.99. That's the very best deal that you can get because that's 8 per dollar. On the second tier, you get 65 for $9.99. That's 6.5 per dollar. That's really good as well. On the third tier, you get 105 for $19.99, and that would be 5.25 per dollar. And on the fourth tier, you would get 135 for $30, and that would be 4.5 per dollar. And on the 5th tier here, you would get 200 for $49.99. That would be 4 per dollar. You can see as you go down the list, and this is common with everything that you buy, the $5 packs or even the cheaper ones on some of the types of things that you're buying are actually going to give you the best deal. As you go in and you spend more, you're going to get a worse deal. So for $99.99, you get 350. That's 3.5 per dollar. That's less than half of the Obsidian Steel per dollar than you would get from the $4.99. All right. So what I don't have here is tomorrow's is the Thursday reset. The daily rewards have 30 for $4.99, which is 6 per dollar. But if you have premium rewards, you also get 4 additional, and that would come out to 6.8 per dollar. So that would be as good as better than the second tier here. For $9.99, you can get 55, which is 5.5 per dollar, plus 6 if you have premium rewards, which is 6.1 per dollar, which is also really good. And then you can get 100 for $19.99, which is 5 per dollar, plus 8 if you have premium rewards, which is 5.4 per dollar. So you can see that what I would recommend here is on your Wednesday night, at least get the $4.99. Don't go all the way up to the $99.99. And then on Thursday, especially if you have the premium rewards, get the first, the $4.99 pack, and possibly the $9.99 pack here as well on Wednesday and on Thursday. And that will give you the best deal as far as Obsidian per dollar. Also, if you go over to here, on your sale, and you go to benefits, and you go to the benefit shop, you can actually get Obsidian here. If you scroll down, if I can scroll down here, at the bottom, each week for 4,000 gems, you can get 25 Obsidian Steel. So if you're sitting on a lot of gems and you don't know where to spend them, this is a good place to do it. You can also get them off of Anubis. And it comes in randomly in the shops, especially as you go further, deeper into the Anubis event, which is over for us right now. But I've bought them there for a really good deal. I don't remember exactly how much it was per gem, but it was a really good deal, so I grabbed those. Again, Anubis for gem purchasing is the best thing that I've seen, especially as you go further along, deeper into Anubis. I believe that they're also on the Hot Shop. I'm pretty sure that they are. I don't have those stats in front of me, but I will update later on with those stats. So I do hope that this does help you as far as, getting your Obsidian Steel, why it's important, and when you should buy it and when you shouldn't. So again, really quick, I'm going to go over this super quick because it's super important. If you're trying to get your Obsidian Steel, get it on Wednesday, server reset. You can get the $4.99 and possibly even the $9.99 packs. You'll get them for 8 per dollar. And then for the $9.99, you'll get 6.5 per dollar. And then on the Thursday reset, you can get 30 for $4.99, which is 6 per dollar, and 55 for $9.99, 5.5 per dollar. Other than that, I would not spend on Obsidian Steel. Those would be the limit. So I would say 5.5 per dollar, and you should already have the premium rewards, which will get you up to 6.1. Shoot for that 6 per dollar or more, never below. All right, so that's my recommendations. And if you have any comments or feedback here, let me know. I'll be going to the next big item which will be the materials that you'll use to actually make your equipment, and when you should buy, when you shouldn't, where you can get those rewards, how you should collect them from the very beginning of the game. All right, and with that, take care.
That's what the devil used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip, this wet. Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down now, check. No drip, this